Why don't we shift on over to our quarter-final predictions for the Copa America. Folks, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Join us as we'll be covering both the Euros and the Copa America. Let's do quarter-final previews and predictions. Let's start at the very top with Argentina facing off against Ecuador. Argentina, a team that both of us picked to win this tournament, and I think a team that I'm still going to stick to winning this tournament with an easy start at the end of the day here against an Ecuadorian team who, honestly, man, I've been a little disappointed in how they performed so far. Getting a draw against Mexico, losing to Venezuela, and then defeating Jamaica, but to me, not in a convincing way. I like how Argentina looks right now. I think they'll wake up and get into second gear in this tournament, in this match specifically. So I'm going Argentina, and if Ecuador pulls it off, it'll be truly something crazy.
I have the exact same take. I won't add much more. Ecuador, I just think, look out of shape. The tactics, I think, are wrong for Ecuador. They've had a really shaky tournament. Whereas for Argentina, maybe they haven't been the best, but they've pretty much dominated every game, and they haven't been at their best. And I think that's very telling. So this, I think, will be a very difficult game for Ecuador. Argentina should win this game, I would say, fairly easily.
Let me know in the comments, who do you guys have winning this matchup? The next one, I think, is one of the more fascinating matchups of the Copa America. A matchup that I think most people didn't expect to be had in the quarterfinals between group leaders, Venezuela, already on 3 wins in a row, getting 9 points out of their group, facing off against one of only 2 CONCACAF teams that made it through to the knockout stages, Canada. This one's tough, man, because I keep thinking about each side and where I want to go. I think it's going to be a very tight, a very physical matchup. And I actually need to hear what you're going to pick first, because I'm in the middle, bro. I'm in the middle. I need to hear the arguments, man.
No, I'm in the middle, too. I think this is the only knockout stage game in the quarters that is 50-50, truly. Canada have the ability to hit out defenses like Venezuela. And they have the players. Jonathan David has found a lot of pockets of space. Same with Kyle Larin. You still have players like Tejan Buchanan, Alfonso Davies as well. The problem is they have not been clinical when they get those opportunities. I don't see that clinicality changing in this game. So I think Canada will definitely make Venezuela sweat, but I don't see them scoring a lot of goals. Now, for Venezuela, I mean, they've been incredibly organized this tournament. Not only that, their energy that they've approached every single match, I've never seen from a Venezuela team. And we've talked about it in our streams when Venezuela play. I think it comes down to the coach Bautista has these players truly believing in themselves. Their chemistry is incredible. I think it's actually better than Canada's, because right now, if you consider this, Jesse Marsch has only had 3 weeks with Canada in total, and I think for that reason, I actually have Venezuela getting the edge over the Canadians.
I just think Venezuela had a more convincing group stage. So they've earned the right to be selected in this match. Whereas Canada needed a red card to defeat Peru and then needed a red card to get a result against Chile. I just don't think I've seen enough from Canada. I do think it's been very positive, though, at the end of the day, the fact that they were able to get out of the group against 3 CONMEBOL sides. I do give them credit for that. I think that's very, very good, but I think there's a limitation on this Canadian team, and I've just been so impressed with what Venezuela has done in the group stage. Winning every single game is not an easy task, but no matter how weak the group might be, winning every single game is so remarkable, and the flow, the confidence, the form they're in right now, I think it's too good, man. And I think Venezuela pulls off a really impressive result here and defeats Canada.
Yeah, agreed.
Next matchup that we have in the quarterfinals is Colombia facing off against Panama. Panama, the second CONCACAF team to get out of the group stage in the Copa America, and Colombia, one of the hottest teams in the world, still undefeated after 24, 25 games now since they tied Brazil. Both teams look really, really good. Panama is on an incredible rise right now, getting out of that group over the USA. I'm going to go Colombia, though, man. Just to keep it very simple for you, I think this Colombian team is on fire right now. And I think their confidence is just so high. Luis Diaz, James Rodriguez, Richard Rios, John Cordova, I think they've all been incredible so far. So I'm going to give my pick to Colombia. I want to see them go all the way to the final, personally.
Yeah, I think if you look at just group stage play, Colombia are honestly probably the best team. If you think Argentina are the best team, though, just in general, then I'd say Colombia are the second best team at this tournament. And it's that for that very simple fact that they're going to beat Panama. Panama, all I'm hoping is that they play their football, which has gotten them to this stage. A massive moment. This is history for Panama to be in a Copa America knockout stage. And I hope that they keep it tight for 30 minutes, because I think that'd be really intriguing football to watch. Panama have such fun players. They've done such a good job to get here. I do think they can compete against Colombia, but there will be a moment where Colombia's offense becomes too overwhelming, and Colombia will, at the end of the day, just defeat the Panamanians.
I agree. Chat, let us know, what do you guys think will be the winner of this matchup? Because the last one, to me, is one of the most intriguing matchups that we will get between both the Euros and the Copa America, with two historic, prestigious, talented teams. On paper, to me, this is the craziest one going into the quarterfinals. It's Brazil versus Uruguay. Something that you would think we would get in a final or maybe in a semifinal, we get as early as the quarterfinals. An Uruguayan team who is able to top their group and command themselves in each of their matches, and a Brazilian team who's been questionable up and down, still unable to get really positive results here at the Copa America. It's time to decide who deserves to go through. Which of these teams wants it more? Which of these teams wants to go for glory? The opportunity is here. The stage is going to be massive. This one, to me, is going to be one of the most intriguing games of the quarterfinals, but it will be a game without Vinny Jr.
Yeah, and honestly, they're going to need him because Uruguay's defense has looked impenetrable, truly. And then you consider the activity in the midfield. Hopefully Maxi Araujo's okay. If he's not, you still have players like Cristian Olivera to come in and do a really good job. Darwin Núñez has been so active this tournament, same with Pelistri. I mean, from back to front, Marcelo Bielsa has Uruguay locked in, and they have not looked like losing any of their matches. They have been the superior team in all of group stage play for them. And whereas Brazil, they've had shaky moments, not just in this tournament, but for the last 9-12 months. And I still think that this Brazil team is trying to figure things out. You add in the fact that there's no Vinny Jr. too. I just think it's going to be very difficult for Brazil. Now, the thing is, it's still Brazil. I think this game will be tight, but Uruguay is going to win this game.
It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. And Brazil's players have been on big stages. They know what it's like to just wake up and try to reignite that spark that they have. But I just have more confidence in Uruguay being that team that steps up in this moment because of what we've seen in the past year, bro. This Brazilian team, in my opinion, is the worst one I've seen when it comes to results in my entire lifetime. So I have to go to Uruguay. I have to go to Uruguay, who's just way too hot right now, way too confident, and very well drilled and well coached as well. So I'm going to Uruguay on this one. But chat, I want to know if you have Brazil or Uruguay winning this matchup. And overall, I want to know your quarterfinal predictions as well as your champion. Who's winning the Copa America? Let me know down below. And thank you guys for joining us once again for our daily Copa America coverage. Till next time, guys. Peace.